Butts.
Greetings, Pirate Council. May our tall tales please you. When last we left our hero, imagine a camera panning across the smoking caldera of the StarForge. The heat pressing in, the air rippling with molten light. Chains rattle, the sound of hammer on anvil echoing in this cathedral of iron and flame. The towering figure of Brimskada looms over her work, the beginnings of a colossal war machine glowing with liquid fire. On top of the anvil, Selden, the magma dwarf, eyes burn with defiance, silently urging you toward a choice. Destroy this unholy work, or risk it being unleashed against the islands of Aurora. You stand at the crossroads of history. Forge, fire, and shadow on one side, and the storm of war gathering on the other. For though you have bought time, the red hand of doom is on the march. Hobgoblin warships close in from the east, their black sails blotting the horizon. Close it from the west, sorry. Siege engines rumble through islands, and in Brindol itself, lords and captains argue in the great hall, desperate for heroes to unite them before the hammer falls. The city awaits. Allies rally, and your choices here in the StarForge will shape the weapons you bring to the coming war. Soon the Horde will fall upon Brindol with fire and blood, and only your courage will decide whether the city stands or burns. The question is not if the storm comes, but whether you're ready to meet it. Welcome back for another week.
Mm-hmm.
It's us, the gremlins.
Absolutely. Yes, well, so when we last left these so-called gremlins hanging out in the StarForge, long sought after, though now that you're here, you know, these archways venting scorching heat, this all this water, kind of vaporized acid in the air. Obviously fire giants who look incredibly tough, and at the moment it's just Karu and Yama, the rest of the crew, nearby on the ship, but the other sort of lieutenants, one dead, Killian, of course, having given his life to fight the Ghost Lord, and poorly helping with the defense efforts, not able to come to your aid. But you would have your sort of seconds in commands on the ship nearby if need be. But will you lean towards fighting, fleeing, fleecing, or I can't think of another F word. I can't think of another F word that's safe for streaming. Why don't we start with you, Yama? In your golden armor in this heat, do you want to just remind me and Katie and anyone else, what does Yama look like kind of in this moment? He's just come from the brink of an epic battle, steeling himself for an oncoming assault from the Red Hand. What's he wearing? What kind of grim determination look is on his face? Or is it, you know, placid, at peace, kind of meditative? What are we seeing when we see Yama?
Well, let's start with his face. He's got his most suave look on at the moment, I think, as he's trying to pull the moves on this fire giant who's currently at the forge. I think he has like one eye on Karu just because he knows. You know, he just knows. But yes, Yama is, even though he's come from the brink of death in their last battle, he has since then spent like a lot of time on polishing up his armor again. Maybe like sewing the gaps in his like kimono fabric that might peek out through the armor. He paints a very dapper figure, very heroic in his golden armor, and it's probably glinting quite nicely off the forge that we're standing in front of at the moment. But yes, that's his vibe right now, is the suave confidence that he's trying to emanate.
Mhm. And Karu, what do we see when we see the island's favorite fishman?
The island's favorite fishman is looking a little wizened, a little dry-skinned at the moment. This sort of intense heat of this sort of like sulfuric volcano-y area has him quite dehydrated. And he's
Gotta moisturize every day.
well, he packed that in his other swim trunks. So he's a little chapped right now. And he's just kind of like sidled up to this dwarf who's got like chains around his ankles, attempting to be sort of sneaky. I also reckon his tentacles are like a bit deflated. They're like hanging really like loosely around his neck because it's just so hot in here. And he's looking back at Yama, who's looking at him like eyes narrowed, like, what are you doing? And he's just kind of like, he does indeed flash a bit of a like a little bit of a like, everything's fine, big smile. But I think he did just say something like along the lines of like, you want to destroy it or something like that. Yes, he did say something out loud that he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, I think from memory, Yama's kind of got full command of this situation. It seems that
Nat 20 command.
That's it.
Unconventional, strong women seem to really gravitate towards this wizened hobgoblin man dressed in gold. And
It's the gold.
It's the gold. And that includes this, 15-foot tall fire giant lady. She's not immune to Yama's charms. So you and this magma dwarf are kind of having this side conversation, Karu, and he's like, yeah, I've been imprisoned by these fire giants for months now. I heard them even months ago talking about how their king and queen had been killed, and I thought, finally, someone's going to do something about these fire giants. I'm going to be saved. And then day after day, I've been here boiling away.
Well, to be fair, that king and queen are kind of far away from here. Like, your expectation that the people, I don't know who, will like kill them and just come get you, like, mate, that was like months ago. I mean, that's like so far away from here.
I'm gonna give this guy an insight check.
Yeah, go.
What is your deception on that little hiccup there, Karu?
Oh, let me roll. Let me see. Well, 15.
That beats his 14. So he is like, what? And then kind of like shakes it off. And doesn't seem to have noticed the kind of slip up in conversation you just had, where you let know that you were the one, that you knew a little bit more about this situation than perhaps been letting on. He's like, you're right. I should have just given up hope and tried to drown myself in these acid waters. No one's coming for me.
No, don't give up hope. Just, I think your expectation, the timelines are just a bit, you're like, admirable to think so highly of whoever it was that did that, but, it's a bit unreasonable timeline, like trying to turn a project around in a week when you probably could have given a month's deadline, like a month's lead up. It's kind of things like that. Anyway, Karu, maybe midway through him saying that, does exactly what I just did and has a moment. Katie's just remembered something about a certain sword Karu has in his possession. And Karu's like, so What's more important to you, dwarfy boy? Sorry, what's your name?
Felden.
Felden. Sorry, that was very rude of me. What's more important to you, Felden? Your freedom, or ensuring that that thing? And Karu, with one of his tentacles, like points at the Colossus and goes, "Well, that thing is destroyed, or at least incapacitated for a little bit."
Yeah, he's like, well, if we can slow the progress, I mean, that could buy time, I suppose, but she'll only have me repair it eventually.
But like, if it's not in as good a situation, like if it gets like damaged a decent chunk, like would that help?
I suppose. I mean, it's not complete yet, but she will make me complete it.
Yeah. No,
I guess
I've gotten that.
It's a question of, do I think she has the capacity to complete it without me? Maybe, but it might take her longer. Personally, I'd like to get out of here, but I also, I guess I don't want to leave it in a position where she could finish it. And you're telling me that those are kind of mutually exclusive right now.
Well, I'm kind of weighing up the situation here, and like we can't take on fire giants. It's just me and that guy, and like Karu points to Yama, like that guy is like a formidable tank, and absolutely, if anyone could do it, he can. But also, like, we just came out of like a fight with a lich and a dragon, and I kind of feel like, break. So I think I could do something that could damage that Colossus thing. They won't destroy it, and it will still get finished building. I was like, but I don't. My issue is like I don't want to leave you here, but I don't know if I can take you, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if I could help you escape. So that's why I'm kind of asking you, like, if you had to make that choice, would you be okay knowing that us will now so we didn't know this was happening here. We didn't know they were building this thing. We are like, we can come back to stop it. Like, I know you're sitting here thinking no one will save you. I'm trying to tell you that, like, yes, but not today, potentially. Because, like, if we do try to save you, I think we would all die.
Right.
But if you were okay and with letting us leave, but me putting a sizable chink in that, or chunk out of that. Why did I say that word? Horrible. Take a sizable chunk out of that thing to at least help delay it, then we know that this is a problem we need to come back and deal with after the red hand is sort of dealt with.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. And yes, I think that's probably the best way. I can grin and bear it and kind of pretend to not know. Hopefully, won't take it out on my flesh too badly. But I think
she doesn't need to know. She doesn't need to know that you had anything to do with what I do.
Sure. I hear you, but I am also resigned to the fact that if she's the kind that if she's angry and there is something to kick nearby, even if that thing is not the thing that caused her to be angry. However, I'm willing to take that on because I think the threat is so great. And I would hate to be partly responsible, even under duress, to having created this weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong, mate. I don't want to leave you here. I don't know. Like, you don't strike me as fast. You don't strike me as a fast mover.
No. Yeah, no.
Are you sneaky? Could you like hide and sneak away?
Um, you ask that looking at him like this dwarf is like is stocky, is like bulky, strong, and he kind of looks at you blankly, I imagine. Like this is a guy who hammers metal for a living, not a guy who steals coins.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he kind of looks at you, and then like there's maybe an awkward moment, and then you're just like, yep, yep.
yeah, cool. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, yeah. So just wanted to like be honest with you and put the cards on the table and just let you know that like your desire to have that thing like get damaged. Like I'm willing to help you with that. But the reality is like I can't do everything. We can't do everything. The other problem we have is I somehow need to let my friend know that I have this idea, and he's currently successfully flirting with your boss.
So we smash cut to Yama. What does this flirting look like, Yama?
Jesus Christ. I think last we left them, Yama like had his sword out, and I think it was like a little bit of suggestive flirting from the both of them as they were looking at how much more room there was for like glyphs on the sword and that kind of thing. So he's just kind of like leaning closer and like looking up at her, and yeah, they're talking shop. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like wooing her with like her interests. Yeah.
And I love
He's
the idea
listening
that
to
like
her.
I mean Yama already bright red as a hobgoblin, but now is also like sweating profusely, and it's hard to tell, is that because of nerves? Is that because of just the heat of being very, very close to this giant lady?
There's like a lack of oxygen and he's kind of like breathing like kind of intensely.
Yeah.
And it's like, has he like lost his breath? She's so beautiful. Like, who knows?
that kind of old man, only old men who have the handkerchief and can kind of dab the forehead. And... oh my, oh dearie me. Yeah, so she's, showing you like other small things that she's been able to kind of create. She's like, and she's telling you about, she's decided that the StarForge was made from, some sort of metal that fell out of the sky, if you can believe it, a rock that fell out of the sky, caused this, created this, and was kind of built. This forge was built around that, and that's what the heat comes from, that rock.
Insane.
Yeah, and that's why it's so hot in here.
Can you forge with that rock, or only using it for heat?
The notes I have from the last ordning, so we came across this place. We didn't build, our group didn't build it, but the notes we have do say things about, obviously, like, don't stare directly into the forge, that there was some kind of accident at one point that broke a bunch of the runes, and they said, they just said the number like 3.6, not bad, like not good, but not terrible.
Okay. Well, I'm very impressed with your work anyways. Like, why don't you show me more? Like, what else do you have around here? I also just love history. So how long have you guys been here for?
Yeah. She shows you around and shows you like the rune stones and stuff like that, that are kind of on some of these walls and pillars. In particular, these pillars kind of out the front of the forge. And so maybe there's a moment, Karu, where you've got like some alone time as well to have had that conversation, right? Like Yama's kind of leading her around. These red stone pillars, and some of the walls themselves, there's like rune stones embedded in them, and the pillars like radiate with white light. And they're kind of streaked almost like with veins of magma. And one of them in particular has like a crack running through it and is like glowing and pulsing more brightly than the others. But she's going around and kind of like pointing out the rune stones, like, yeah, see, this is in giant. And like this is like to help the flow of whatever rock fell from the sky has incredible amounts of energy to create heat. And the downside, of course, is that it completely destroys all the water around here. I think some of these were created to help like mitigate that and stop all the water here boiling away. But there very well could be enough power in there to boil away, part of the ocean itself. It would just be never ending. And we're tapping it, and with that dwarf, we're using old plans we discovered, and he's helping me put power into crystals in that colossus so that it can store up that energy and then use it as a destructive beam. So it's gonna walk around. It can, just kick stuff over like a regular giant, or it can shoot beams of pure magic that will just incinerate anything it touches. It's gonna be great.
That is insane. And your plan is to use this against the invaders, right? The Hobgoblin invaders.
Well, I mean, mostly our concern are the dragons. The giants and dragons have
That's right.
a long time. There's beef going back years and years and years. And the fact that the hobgoblins, I mean, we wouldn't really care about hobgoblins. I couldn't tell you the difference between a hobgoblin and an orc, but or even an elf, honestly. But if they've allied themselves with the dragons, like you were talking about earlier, then yeah, they're on our list.
Yep.
They'll be the first to go until they go, or once we take out their dragon masters, I'm sure we can just enslave them as well.
Is this just like an innate dislike of dragons? Is it like personal? Is it family grudge?
She starts going into like the story of why giants hate dragons, and it's like they're the two. From what you can gather, because she's going on, like you've asked her a topic about herself, and I guess she doesn't get asked that a lot, and now she's just going on a long rant. Her only company recently has been this smith guy who has been, this dwarf who's been very begrudgingly helping. Basically boils down to the giants were kind of here first, and then the gods created the dragons to like help look over the world and kind of either take it over for the chromatic dragons, or to like protect it from the for the metallic dragons. And the giants kind of just hated that. They were like, no, this is our spot. You're showing up here. And it's been going on for so long now. Like this is like, they've been feuding and fighting for generations. And by generations, like since the start of creatures on this planet. Yeah.
Yep. Checks out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's all really Yama's asking about. He's more buying time. If he can like memorize, or it seems socially acceptable to like take some notes of the rune stones because he's like interested, he would totally do that.
Absolutely. What languages can Yama understand?
He can definitely not speak Giantish. He's only Common and Goblin.
Okay, yep. Yeah, so these are probably, they're obviously like quite technical, these runes. So yeah, whilst you can maybe like sketch them, I don't think you know what they say. Nothing kind of stands out to you. Fair. I mean, you can tell that the one with a giant crack through it is obviously not working, whatever it is attempting or intended to do. But yeah.
Cool.
So Kara, you go to get Yama's attention. Is that right? Or do you try and pull him aside for a moment? How do you go about telling him your plan? Or is this a not telling him the plan and just winging it? Like, what's the...
Well, I can't tell him the plan without saying it. He's just kind of busy. You know, kind of like also kind of thinking, you know, do I like save face for Yama and just make it seem like I'm the one rogue problem here? You know, you know, kind of. Yeah. I think Kara is kind of like maybe like listening in to the conversation and like hearing like, yeah, Yama, they're talking about the history, and he's like, oh, okay. And he's kind of just standing there.
Old people talking about history like they were there, you know?
Yeah. And I think at some point maybe he's gotten the ruin blade out, but it's just like he's just like holding it like to his side, and he's just kind of looking at it like, do I just like the dwarf sees Karu like doing these motions of like, do I just like chick boom it, or do I? He's like looking around like, He goes back over to the dwarf. He's like, that Colossus thing, like it's not alive, right? Like it's like, it's
a being of magic. It does not have a soul or a consciousness.
It's not like turned on. It's like, would you say it's more like a structure and a building right now rather than like a being?
Absolutely, yeah. It is a constructed thing. It's a golem. It's just a lot bigger. It does have, and he kind of points to, you know, some of the platings and stuff like that you can see on it. It does have similar kind of runes, but in Dwarvish. He's like, well, and he's just kind of looking over and making sure the giant paying attention. He's like, just, I mean, it's resistant to magic. There. Anywhere where you see that symbol, it's got like a little shield that deflects magic.
Like,
I mean, it's the finest work I've ever done. I am
it's
very torn
cool
about how cool this thing is and how amazing it is, and how indestructible it is.
Yeah. So meta question, Dan. Metagame question. Would my disintegrate spell from my sword work on this thing?
I think so, for what you intend. I would normally, I think if this thing was active, it would have resistance, or not resistance, like advantage on spell saving throws for magical effects.
Yeah,
right.
But because it's like in construction, it's kind of
you can like easily find a weakness. It's effectively like unconscious, right? And so like on someone like you would have advantage on any attacks, and any attacks would like theoretically crit. So for this sake, I'll say that the magic resistance, you can get around that, because he's kind of pointed it out to you. So what does that change if it's an inanimate object, or is it just your disintegrate only works on inanimate objects?
Yeah, I feel like I remember reading it. It's like I can't use the disintegrate spell from the sword on people or like living creatures, which is why I was kind of saying like if it's like turned off, it's technically a structure right now, so it would work. I just know I was trying to read it before, but I just know for a fact I can't use disintegrate against other people or other living beings.
So I'd say that you can, and there's no, the creature, I'm looking at disintegrate spell. The creature, in this case, this Colossus, would have to make a dex save throw, which it will fail because it's not turned on, right? It's not active. I I mean, it says the spell automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object or a creation of magical force. The target is huge or larger. The spell disintegrates a 10-foot cube portion of it. According to the regular disintegrate spell. I'm not sure if like your thing is different. But I'm also open to you just rolling the dice and seeing essentially how much of a chunk you take out of this thing. And this thing does have a health pool. So if you actually bring it to 0, maybe you destroy it entirely.
I'm mostly just thinking like, just take the work back, like take it backwards. I think Kara looks over and sees that like Yama's still like, you know, maybe at this point they've got the swords out again and they're comparing shine. I don't know. And like Kara's like, God damn, he's good at that. And then he looks at the dwarf, and Kara, just like Katie, has already forgotten his name.
Felden.
Felden, thank you. And he goes, it's almost like Inescape from Demon Slayer, like just calling him the wrong name and hoping that it sticks. Like Thelma, right? So I really don't like the idea of just leaving you here, but I really can't. Like I have a way to get out, but I can only take one, and I'm gonna take my guy. You know. Do you think one of your biggest issues, obviously the chain, but is also the fact that like you're kind of in the middle of this like sulfuric lake and it's really hard to cross it?
I mean, he points down to like the chain that's around his leg, keeping him to the anvil. He's like, I mean, there's that. But then, yeah, you're right. Even if you were to break me out of here, I don't think I could just hide on this island for a long enough. Like they would be able to scour the island and find me. And I don't think I can cross that lake without assistance.
Well, because there's like that bridge. It's a bit broken, but like there's a bridge from this middle bit to the outer bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the stanchions are still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if I gave you some boots that could nyum you like 90 feet? You only do it once every day, but if I gave them to you, if we try to make it that we could like break your chain, but you make it look like it's not broken, and then you find an opportunity to like stealth to that bridge, and then you use these booties that I have to like cross it. I'm asking you if you have the stones to do this, because I'm not giving you these shoes if you think you can't do this. If you think you can't do it, then I'm going to do my thing, take my buddy, and go, and we'll come back later.
Yeah. He kind of looks over there, and he's like, well, from memory, I think there's like multiple gaps of kind of 30 feet across. I was carried across that thing.
No stones. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you're happy, not happy, but if you can deal with hanging out here a little bit longer, you know, playing the part of the prisoner, like, I mean it when I say, like, we aren't gonna just like walk away from this and leave it. This is terrifying to find out that this has been getting built and we had no idea, and that they don't seem to have any issue with turning it on innocent people. So we're not exactly going to just ignore that. But there's a Hobgoblin invasion, you know. Not that guy. That guy's good Hobgoblin. We got the Hobgoblin invasion, and then, there's balancing. I'm not good at multitasking.
Yeah. Right. Well, look, you get me out of here, or come back and liberate this area, and I'll see what I can do for you in terms of I can obviously make you something, or help you out if the big battle hasn't started, or if you finish the big battle. I can help rebuild or something. That's fine. But Yeah,
there's also just to give you an idea of what you could also do for yourself. I know it's a bit tricky. You're in a very open space, but there's this legend of this particular guy. His name was Tony Stark, and he was like forced into a cave to by his enemies to build them a weapon, much like what you're doing. But he did that, but he also built himself like a thing. He built like a suit of armor, essentially, but he managed to do it in a way that they had no idea he was doing it at the same time. And I'm just putting that idea in your head that I reckon, Theldon, you have the capacity to work on that and also work on yourself. You know.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
he's like, fucking go already.
He's like, well, look, if you can get me in that, inside the Colossus, maybe I could pilot it, but I don't think you could, like, go... I don't think it'd be very fast or really go anywhere. It's not at, obviously, capacity. It's not at, full capacity.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you have another project. Anyway, it's been great chatting with you.
I'm open to you just destroying this thing or attempting to, or using it to try and get us all out of here. If you think you have the stones to get me into that thing, and I can pilot it. But are the three of us going to be enough to take on these giants?
Yeah. So, yeah, and also I really don't like making plans I'm not the person that makes the plans, but it seems like right now I'm making a plan. And it's been lovely chatting with you. I'm so sorry that you are a prisoner here, building something amazing, but also terrible.
We could use this thing to help you defend whatever it is you're doing, and then destroy it afterwards.
Oh, yeah. This is why I don't make the plans. I didn't even think of that. I was just thinking it needed to be destroyed. But you're right. We could totally, like, climb in it, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's what you're saying.
He's like, well, I mean, I've built it in such a way that I could get it working and pilot it if we need to. It's just not going to be at 100% capacity right now. I would need more time for the defense of your town or whatever you're doing. We'd need to... Okay. I'd need time to kind of get it to 100%, but if it's like, go now, it's going to... We could do something, for sure.
One sec. Kara, like, sidles up to where Yama is and just, like, does that thing that you sometimes do where there's two people in mid-conversation and you kind of come in and they sort of stop because you're very obviously a new presence. And he's just like, hi, hey, how you guys going?
Oh, Karu, we were just talking about, our swords, but have you seen these runes over here? I'm just gonna, like, look at these runes, and, this is for, like, water, and Yama is, like, literally just gonna, like, be right back. I'm just gonna go show my friend these runes, and he's just gonna kind of like start like like a old man tour guide, showing Karu the columns like out the front, and if she allows it, like we're gonna walk away out of the building.
Just walk over to this one wall, be like, oh yeah, this is really interesting.
Yeah, like we're maybe like out like here by this like pillar, so maybe we're like still in sight of her, but like Yama's just like gesticulating and like pointing to all of like the columns and stuff as like they have like a quieter under their breath conversation at the same time. I think you have to walk around that wall, Katie.
No, I've lost oh, okay. I love that you could see that I was trying. Come on, Karu. Come on, buddy.
But yes, what did you want to...
Okay.
What are you doing over there with that fucking dwarf? This is suspicious.
I was making a friend. You were making a friend. I'm suspicious. You're the one being like friendly to the evil giant. Anyway, that. Oh wow, I've just been like completely logged out. That's the big thing that they're working on. That dwarf guy just told me he's built it so that he can like get inside it and control it.
Oh my god, which is amazing because wait, is he a good guy? Because that giant just told me that this like basically like saps energy and converts it into like full-blown destructive power, like earth-rending.
Yeah, and they want to use it to like kill the little folk. Like they want to use it to like take revenge for that thing we did.
Like they've built this as like destroy all dragons, then also subjugate all small folk.
Yeah. And he doesn't. No, he's not. He's a prisoner here. He's got a chain around his thing. He's being like forced to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was like, "Can you destroy it?" And like, okay, like this is I. So I was I was literally gonna blast it with my ruin blade. Like I was just gonna come up to you and come up to you, grab your hand, go, and then next thing we would bamf out of here. But then he was like, he was like telling me that he could get inside it and control it. It's obviously not 100% ready. But it's like good enough right now.
But we could take it to defend Brindol with it.
That's what he said. Yeah. See, this is
Okay.
I was literally gonna destroy it. Like I was just gonna go bam, and then
I'm glad you didn't. Maybe we have a chance to get it out of here. What I can do is like I could put her in a bubble. And then we could, I'm just checking my spell list, and I haven't read that shit in a while, apparently, but I have my 4th level spells now, so bubbles.
Also,
bubbles.
I will say, because obviously you're a paladin, you choose your spells at the start of every day from your full spell list.
Yeah.
So knowing that you are coming here, you know, I will let you make some interesting choices if you need to, because this is obviously sort of the first encounter of the day. I think you guys saw the StarForge and you knew your characters knew, even if the players didn't, that was connected to fire giants. So anything related to that, I'm fine with you making whatever choices you want and reasoning them however you like. Am I doing that because I think this will still be a really tough fight for you? Maybe.
Quite possibly.
Feels intense.
Yeah, because there's that fire giant, and then there's those lizards. Oh yeah. Anyway, should we like take on the giants? And try and get our dwarf friend to get. His name is
Felden.
No. I know.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry. So often you never ask their names and then never remember their names. So I'm so sorry.
No, Kara's just like his name is Therese. No. Anyway, that'll do. That's not his name. I know that's not his name. It'll come to me. Maybe you should just ask it. Anyway, so if we can get him in the colossal golem thing, he can control it. Maybe that's the first thing we do. So maybe like break him free, start a fight, make sure he gets in there. I think that's what we have to do.
I think we put her in a bubble, put him in the golem, and like you and I just leave.
What? And then he just works it out.
What happens to him, because either way, they're gonna break the goal. No, I can't leave him to that fate. They need him.
Yeah, they need him.
They wouldn't hurt him, but they would have to damage the golem, which kind of achieves both.
No, he did say that they do like to kick him around because he's just there. So I think
don't like that.
If you put her in a bubble, then it will give us more time to like because Kara's like because I can see that guy down and he points down to the fire giant that.
Oh yes, the guy that we walked past, the asshole that tried to extort us.
Wait, no, isn't he the one that caught us?
Yeah, and then he tried to extort us simultaneously.
Wow.
He told us we owed him money to get through, and we just walked past.
Oh yeah, that's right. What a prick. So I can see him and see the fire guys, but if you can do the bubble thing and it just like incapacitates her, maybe for enough time for Felden. That's his name, Felden. Gets in the.
Oh, good work. Yep.
Gets in the golem, then.
Yep.
then if we get caught in a fight, which we will, because he's going to be walking around in a golem,
Yeah.
then so be it. But I do have my cape ability.
Yeah, so even if this takes a turn, you and I can get out.
Yeah, and I did kind of tell him that, like, if he had to choose, if he had to choose to stay here for the greater good of everything, would he be okay with that? And he did kind of say yes. So he's aware of the risks.
All right, well, I think we go for it. It sounds like they need him, which means, they'll be hesitate to hurt him. I think shit. Are we doing this?
I think we're doing this. So I think you put her in a bubble.
Okay.
And or at least that's what you, and I'll try and break his chain. So.
All right. So Yama is just going to be like, as he walks back, and like, I don't know why the column is broken, but you can see it seems to be like leaking some kind of mana, and I'm sure that makes it just like much less efficient at what it's doing. Would you say that's right? I have her name written down somewhere. Tomesh. Nope, that was the other guy. Brimskata.
That's right.
Isn't that right, Brimskata? You think it's just leaking some kind of like energy? It's not very efficient. I wonder what that one was for. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, you could be right. I mean, these could be runes to stabilize the star beneath the forge, and
to keep it suppressed almost.
Yeah, and if they're not all working, then yeah, maybe that's why the lake has been super polluted. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, like, that doesn't really affect us in terms of, like, it's probably really helpful because it means it's kind of been keeping the dragons at bay. They're not going to come any closer with, like, this kind of like acid clouds and all that kind of stuff around.
Which is interesting. And then Yama's going to reach into his pocket and he's going to cast a spell.
So you're all in this room. Sort of, Karu, where are you? Because I assume, like, what's about to go down. Like, where are you positioning yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm right next to the dwarf guy at this point. My intention is to break his chain.
Cool. Excellent. So what are you casting, Yama? As this is kind of a surprise.
So I am casting this, which is really cool because I looked at my level 13 level up and I thought I didn't really get anything and I was kind of sad. But then I look at my character sheet now and I have a 4th level spell, and actually these ones are baked into my sheet somehow, so I think it's something paladin-y. But basically he is going to put her, so there's a dexterity 16 saving throw, but this and luckily she is large and not any bigger.
I'll tell you now, she is huge.
Oh no! I thought she was large.
So you're medium. Large would be 2x2. She's 3x3.
Oh shit! I didn't even look at that.
Does that mean it doesn't work?
Correct. It does say it has to be a large-sized creature or smaller, and it's like just enough.
Yeah. Well, that was my plan. Oh, I can just I'm going to cast banishment instead.
Yeah. I was going to say your other option is you can definitely do that. Or another option is if you want to wait until she's like put her hammer down or something like that, you could like use it on that if you wanted to make it so she couldn't pick that up for the fight. But yeah, up to you.
Yeah, let's go with banishment. I can't imagine her having a high charisma, so we will suss it.
Can I super quickly ask, what does banishment, what kind of save is it?
Charisma. Okay. I just said charisma, yeah.
So if it was a dex, I actually could help with that.
Oh, damn, the other one was a dex.
Yeah, I know, that's why I was like, wait a minute, I have a curse for that.
No, this one is charisma, so she will just disappear for a minute. Same thing, verbal, semantic, material components.
So she's going to make a charisma saving check.
16.
What does this spellcast look like? Because you obviously said you kind of put your hand in your pocket. You've got like a holy symbol in there or something, have you? Or some components. But obviously, I assume there's like a verbal, like you have to yell the spell and cast it at her.
Yeah, he's definitely like yelling at her. I think it was funny because he's like, mid conversation, he's about to say, "Oh, that's so interesting," and then he's like, "Be gone!" Like it just like, screams at her like mid, and she's probably just like, "Huh?"
Oh god.
Oh shit. No! You rolled a natural 20. God damn it.
It's almost like it's a sign.
It's an absolute sign that we're fucked.
We're gonna roll initiative.
God damn it.
That's fine.
Totally fine.
I'm not worried.
I'm completely worried.
Okay, nope. Oh, sick.
9. Oh, that's a good one.
So Karu's gonna go first. She sort of turns and is like, "What the hell? You are working with the dragons," and sort of raises her hammer up to hit you with it or to charge you and hit you with it. But Karu, you are quick to act.
Bonus action, I'm going to transform into my big, soupy, goopy self. And then I see that like Yama's idea didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, whoa, fuck. And I'm gonna turn around to Theldon and be like, well, guess we're doing this then. And I'm going to smash my ruin blade down on the chains around his feet.
Let me double check what that requires. 100-foot long adamantine chain attached to a locked shackle around his left ankle. Give me just like you hit it, just give me some damage. I want to see if you get it in one swing.
Probably not, but I can attack twice. Just the 16 damage.
Oh yeah. So I think with the first attack, you smash into it and you kind of chip away at it, but this is adamantine. It is quite strong. You probably need another one of those, effectively.
All right, well, I will use my second attack and I will hit it again. So I just roll damage again?
Yeah, just roll damage again.
14.
Cool. That's 30 damage altogether. That is enough. The chain snaps and there's sort of sparks from your ruined blade that go in all directions.
Sick. I turn to Theldon and I'm like, you good to get up there on your own?
He kind of looks up there and he's just like, sure, yeah. Yeah, I can get up there.
All right. Well, I leave you to it, and then I'm gonna get my movement, and I'm gonna go over here to be an obvious thing for the lady to hit. And that is probably what I do. Is I come up there, and my tentacles are just doing this to be an obvious thing, and that's my turn.
Excellent. All right, Brimskada, unimpressed by what you're doing. Is going to come out, not knowing what your plan is currently. She's definitely going to come over and try and fuck some shit up here.
Some shit up.
She got multi. So she raises her hammer, and it kind of emits a burst of heat, and she brings it down to slam it into you, Karu.
Cost has gone up.
That's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that was cool. Cool animation.
Oof.
So 22 bludgeoning damage.
Just like standard bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Sick.
And giant can then cause the hammer to emit a burst of heat. Metal objects in the area glow red hot until the start of the giant's next turn. Any creature in physical contact with a heated object at the start of its turn must make a con saving throw or take a bunch of fire damage and have disadvantage. So, do you wear any metal at all?
He probably has like a chainmail shirt or something.
Your sword you're holding, at least.
Oh yeah, all right, fine. All right, okay.
Yeah, in fact, it's a 30-foot burst around where she hit. So, in fact, this affects you as well, Yama. All metal objects in that area start glowing red hot. Kind of as if from the heat metal spell, if you've ever seen it. So if it's something you're holding, you can just like drop it as a free action. If it's something you're wearing, really, you probably don't have time. Any creature in physical contact with a heated object at the start of its turn must make a DC 19 con saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d6 fire damage and has disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of its next turn, unless it has immunity to fire damage.
Well, that's lovely.
I missed it by 1.
Yeah, so that'll be the start of your turn, but you can take that roll for the start of your turn.
Okay.
Because I assume you're not going to be able to ditch your armor, or you're like covered in metal.
No,
Yeah.
I am metal. I am the metal man.
You are metal, yeah. Haru has like a chain shirt, and then obviously the like swords.
So then with her second attack, she swings her hammer at you, Yama, and it is a dirty 20.
Yes, because she's a fire giant. Yeah.
Oh, because of your
my armor, my special armor.
There you go.
Yeah, lucky.
Oh shit, that's so good.
Yeah, they're on my list.
They're on my list.
No, literally, I have to keep a list of the enemies that we fought.
No, I love it. It's so good.
It's so good.
And you see her, so she got swung it with the hammer. Karu, you've taken a big hit. Yama, you're able to sort of like stand firm despite the heat of
heating.
Your armor kind of heating you up. You're sweating even more so, and you can feel it sizzling your flesh. And then the giant, she puts her hand into like around a medallion that she's kind of wearing around her neck, and smoke starts emanating around her from her armor and kind of surrounding her. She is now in half cover. Yeah.
God damn it.
What does that mean for spells, half cover? Is that just like a roll to hit 50-50 chance?
She effectively has +2 to AC, so if it's like an area of effect spell, or it's like a target you can see, that doesn't change anything. It's like if there's an attack roll component, she effectively has a higher armor class now.
Okay, cool.
Cool. And I can't remember if I showed you this, but...
Oh, wow.
Oh, so cool.
That's so cool. What the hell? Look at that armor.
And she will yell out for assistance with a loud bellow, and smoke's kind of rising up, and you hear figures. What was his name? Tomash.
Tomash.
Yell out like, "What? What's going on?" And kind of they'll join next round. Or they'll roll initiative at the start of the next round.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yama.
Yeah, well, it's totally going to be fine.
It's going to be totally fine.
The armor is so cool.
Yeah.
I am going to. I think he's gonna pick up, like maybe a piece of metal that he found on the floor before, and he is going to try and cast another spell as he draws his sword but thrusts his hand out at her, and he's going to try and attempt a hold person, which is a wisdom 16 save.
Ooh.
We try again.
We try again.
Now, you don't reduce saving throws or anything like that? Only concentration checks, don't you, Kylie?
Not. I don't do anything with wisdom. I think is my thing.
Something about dexterity, right?
I can do one for like dexterity and strength, but I also have to do the curse.
Oh, we got it!
15. So you cast the spell. She starts sort of slowing her movement, and you're kind of like holding her in place. And she's sort of looking down at you, rage. Like you can just see like rage-filled eyes behind the smoke emanating from her armor. And you see 3 glowing stones come to life on her armor, and then one of them cracks and winks out.
All right.
You've burned through a legendary resistance.
Yep.
Look, she's pretty fucking dope, so this makes sense.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of cool things.
Yama's just going to move up 5 feet and also make himself a target. And maybe I will. Can I bonus action any potion, or it's only bonus action healing potions?
I think I've ruled that it's any potion. If you're drinking it yourself, you can bonus action any potion.
Okay, beautiful. I will drink myself a potion of sea giant strength that Yama himself made. And yes, done.
Cool.
Override score 25. Nice.
So your strength, your muscles, like grow and bulge and become firm. And she looks down at you, maybe even more like angry that you're fighting her, but there's still the little bit of, attraction there. As she realizes, as you've stopped her hammer blow with kind of one hand, as you've drank this and you drink this potion, and then you're able to kind of push her hammer back. And you are kind of matched in strength with her now.
It's absolutely like a slow motion moment for her that, the camera sees where everything's starting to blur around Yama, and she's the slow saxophone sexy music is maybe playing for just a second before she realizes that she's fighting you.
Yeah.
I think it's as the hammer comes down and his hand braces and flexes against it, there's a bit of that push of wind too, and it stirs the hair around his face.
The goatee just does a little bit of a
sparks fly, literally. Love that. All right, end of Yama's turn. Cool. So Felden.
God, he lied to me. His name is Fritz in the.
Yeah. He clatters off, away from the anvil, makes his way, and has to use his whole kind of action to dash up in. But he's got a small hammer in hand that he was using to kind of, help out with the construction, etc. And the chains kind of hoisting this thing and holding it upright clatter loose a little bit as he scrambles up the iron frame. His soot-stained hands tracing the glowing runes carved into the chest of the Colossus. The forge light of the chamber flares brighter, the air thick with the stink of hot metal and acid vapor. And with a grunt, Felden, the magma dwarf, wedges himself into a cavity in the chest plate and sort of squeezes in, molten sparks beginning to sort of drip from his arms like blood. And kind of, the steel mill in Terminator 2 where the sparks come off and kind of hit on the ground and stuff. And you hear you can kind of like just make it out where he's like pried open the plates to kind of get in. His hammer striking the heart rune, and the entire Colossus shudders. Runes ignite one by one across its vast body, burning lines of power racing down iron limbs like veins filled with fire. The ground trembles as the construct straightens, towering above the forge floor, its eyes blazing with furnace light. And as those eyes come on, like there's almost like a dimming of the light around you from the forge itself as its eyes come on and blast like a light over all of you. And then the forge kind of recovers and its power output increases again and bright light around all over. The heat kind of reawakens around you all, washing over you, oppressive and searing. The air thrums with the sound of shifting gears, ancient enchantments clicking into place. And for a heartbeat, it almost feels like the Colossus is breathing, an enormous iron chest rising and falling in rhythm with Theldon's ragged gasps. Then with a deafening roar of steam, the Colossus slams one titanic fist into the ground, shaking the chamber. Chains snap, sparks shower from the ceiling. The StarForge itself seems to quake in protest. Brimskarda kind of snarls. She's just like shaking off this spell from you, Yama. You know, you're holding like, you're pushing back her hammer, and she's like looked over there. She goes, "You dare!" And the fire giant lifts her hammer again, but the Colossus turns its blazing gaze toward her, and then toward you. And then it's Karu's turn.
Oh, I do want to jump in and say I meant to take some damage from the fire, the heat metal. How much damage was that?
The metal. 3d6.
I'm so annoyed. I failed by 1 point.
3d6.
Do you want to roll that, or do you want me to roll that?
You can roll that. Also,
My own
you now
death.
have disadvantage on any attack rolls until the start of your next turn. Or like
Oh my god, I rolled so well.
No.
glad I got you to roll that. That's good.
Not like that. What's this?
It's killing myself. Alright, disadvantage. I will remember that.
Actually, that'll reset. So it's for that turn. So your turn has ended. So
Oh, okay.
start of
Luckily,
next
I
turn,
didn't.
you roll the con save again and see if it's still affecting you.
Okay.
Well. Okay, my turn. So I need to roll a con save at the start of my turn.
Yes, you are also... assuming you're going to continue holding on to these swords.
Yes.
You have a +3 from me. Nailed it.
That makes it a 20.
Lucky.
Yeah. So DC 19 is the target. You get a 20. So you're able to kind of power through the heat.
Yeah, good. So sorry if my internet's gone weird. It's slowing down for some reason. Anyway, I am going to... I had a plan. Oh, I am going to cast a... What is it called? A Crimson Rite on my blade, because you know me, I love me a Crimson Rite.
Love it.
I'm going to cast cold damage, because it just seems like, the opposite of fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take my necrotic damage, which is hopefully 3. That's not bad. So I put, do a little cut, hurt myself, but then my ruined blade kind of sort of like blazes with like this like very clear, like crystally cold stuff. And then I will just kind of like, I'll see that like Theldon has gotten in the robot, and I'm like, great. And then I'm just going to swing at the big lady, because I have other things, but for the moment, I'm just gonna do that. All right. Hobgoblin, Ruin Blade. First attack, So close to a natural 20. 29 to hit.
29 will definitely hit. Yeah, even with the cover. Yeah.
15 slashing damage and 7 cold damage.
15 slashing damage and 7 cold damage. Mm-hmm.
Does the cold damage seem to be particularly bad for her because she's a fire giant?
No, she's not vulnerable to cold damage.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, this was like Karu testing the waters, essentially.
Sure.
I'll do a second attack. Feeling empowered by that first one? Nope. Unfortunately. Just a 17.
Mm-hmm. Not going to be enough, I'm afraid. Especially with the smoke, you're kind of finding it difficult to find purchase with your blade into her armor, as you're getting swept up in the smoke and the steam.
I will grumble because I felt so good after that first hit. And I will actually back away, I think, and I can do that with my mobile feet.
Yep.
So I'm gonna move. Just can I tell like how far back I would need to go to maybe get away from the heat thing?
Yeah. So essentially, if you're in this room,
okay,
You're fucked.
you're fucked.
So I mean, yeah. So it's sort of emanating from here, 30 feet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of it.
No.
So I
and even
step
more
out
so, I
of the
mean,
heat.
like this forge itself was quite hot, if you remember as well. But yeah.
Yeah, but I'm specifically thinking of the heat that she kind of caused.
Yeah.
Karu's gonna back away from that.
Yep.
And
Yeah, as you leave that area, the swords in your hands, I think, are still hot, but they like start cooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's me done.
Cool. All right. It is the fire giant's turn again. We love that for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, can she still get Karu? No. Rude. It's rude, Karu. Yeah.
I'm glad I stepped to the side then.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, she's going to, I guess, square up with you, Yama.
Bring it on.
And try and hit you with a big hammer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's 26 to hit. Oh, sorry, 26 damage, 32 to hit.
Okay. It was non-magical, right?
Correct. Yeah, this is
Just large.
The fire she's emanating is obviously magical from the hammer itself, but the hammer is not kind of like a magic weapon or doing any kind of magic damage itself. Yeah. Cool. She is going to, seeing you sort of retreat there, Karu. She is though going to sort of pull a off one of the shelves. She's going to reach over and grab some sort of like heated rock and just throw it at you. Because Yama is up in a grill, she's doing a ranged attack. She will have a disadvantage on this, but she doesn't care. She's going to try and hit you with a rock because you're just being very annoying.
Yep.
You set her door free.
I did. I don't know. Has she realized that yet?
Yeah. Well, she's seen the Colossus like starting to move.
Oh yeah, it turned on. My bad.
Yeah.
28. Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Oh my god.
She's a plus 10.
Just a rock.
So
It's just a rock, Dan.
21 bludgeoning and 11 fire damage as it comes.
21 bludgeoning. All right, cool. Well, that's good. That just, and then 11
fire damage.
21. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
So you can halve the bludgeoning, I believe. Yeah.
Correct. Thank you for remembering. Oh, lordy.
Cool. That's her turn. I think that's her whole turn there. It's good. She loves that. With an order from one of the fire giant, one of the salamanders starts sliding and slipping its way closer to the forge. But the runic colossus starts to come alive with Felden inside. It raises one of its hands, and just light starts glowing and emanating from the palm of the hand, and a beam of magical force extends from its hand and sort of slams into Brimskada. She has to make a dexterity saving throw. It's not amazing at. 20 is not enough.
Ow. She would never have passed that then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, she just couldn't.
Wait, she rolled a natty 20 then.
Yeah, too bad. So sad.
Okay. Cool.
Oh my god.
10 feet wide.
So just this laser beam slams into the back of her, doing 65.
Force damage.
90 and 20. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
65 force damage into Brimskada.
Wow. Dex save of 22. Yama, don't get hit by that.
I'm not planning on it. Thank you. Holy shit.
And then
so
the
glad
runic colossus kind of comes down from the chains and starts sort of like lumbering closer. But it does appear to be kind of slow. It obviously, its legs don't completely work. Felden inside controlling it has obviously, found out the big button to hit the laser. But that's kind of its, you can hear it now. The light in the hand goes dark and it starts like glowing slowly to like, you can tell it's kind of like recharging.
Yeah. Still, good job.
Yeah, good job. All right, Yama is gonna.
So con save at the start of your turn to see if you're
nice
and warm, nice and toasty.
Yeah. We pray for for Pete's sake. All right, I'm toasty. Please toasty me up. Oh, I can roll that. I've rolled well once, so that means this one will be terrible. That's how it works. Yeah,
3 ones.
Oh, I got 1, so not bad.
That's good. That's a trash roll. Right. Well done.
So 9 damage, and I have disadvantage as my armor is trying to cook me.
Yeah.
So I am swinging with disadvantage. Oh, 1 natural 20. The other is a dirty 20.
Man, that natty 20 would have really helped, hey?
Yeah, so the dirty 20 is enough.
Dirty 20 does just hit.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I rolled
with the
my
smoke,
next
her
attack.
armor is now at 20. I'll say that now.
Are you kidding me? My next roll was also a natty 20 and then a 1.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, one hit, let me roll that. But that is very upsetting because that was 2 natty 20s in a row that I didn't get. So I'm going to chuck a smite on this. I'll burn a 3rd level spell. So that is 68. D8. 5d8. So 16 plus, oh my god, there's all the ones. 31 damage. That's so bad.
So 18
That's not that bad.
slashing
I burned a
radiant,
freaking 3rd level spell for that.
and then a further 15 radiant.
Yes.
Cool.
And that is, I believe, all I can do. I might actually, with my sword, I believe I can. Let me just check if this is in the movement economy. What is this? Yes, a bonus action. So I am going to hit her with a compelled duel from the sword as it like comes down. So that is a wisdom 16 saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom 16 saving throw. She succeeds.
Damn it. By 1, that's upsetting. Well, 2. Alright, that's my turn.
Cool.
It's all right. We're going all right. It's okay.
I'm
I'm not worried.
All right. The giant who caught you, Tomash, who's hanging out sort of on the other area there, is running over to hear what all the fuss is about. That's his whole turn.
He didn't like us in the first place.
Yeah, he's probably happy to hear that something's going on.
Yeah.
Punk.
So this is the highlight of his day, you know?
He's been waiting.
And you can kind of like poke your head out of the forge, Karu, and you can see that, Tomash and his 3 salamanders are kind of legging it towards you in the forge.
Yep.
All right, top of the round, Karu.
Okay. How is our fire lady looking?
Not bloodied.
Okay, well that's good to know.
But you do notice, asking that, you do suss her out a little bit. Give me an investigation.
This is one of those advantage things I get to do. She's not a fae or a fiend. No, cool.
No.
That's okay. I'll just rely on the +8. Ooh, 24, I think. Yeah.
You notice that obviously the rune around her, the medallion on her neck, is still kind of like pulsing with energy as her armor releases this smoke. And you realize that rune that's like on the medallion is probably like powering that feature of her armor. On a meta level, I'll tell you that you can target the medallion instead of targeting her if you would like to. Destroying it would stop that armor ability and any other abilities that are keyed off this medallion that she hasn't released yet. But obviously that's spending time doing that rather than attacking her directly, so I leave that up to you. And you don't know how hard it would be to do enough damage to the medallion. I'll tell you now, the medallion has a certain amount of HP. You would have to get it to 0.
That's cool. Okay.
So that would mostly what that would do in this moment though would drop her AC down from 20 to 18. So that's whether that's worthwhile or not, I leave to you.
I don't know. I'm just gonna be like, is the medallion an inanimate object that I can disintegrate? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, it is it's an object. It is absolutely an object.
But like, that's so much damage for, that seems. Okay. If I go into this heat thing, I don't take damage on this turn.
No, I think it's like if you start your turn in that area.
Cool. Do it. And okay. I think Kara clocks medallion and kind of goes, all right, that's okay, that's something. But he's going to do what he was planning to do, which he's going to start charging. He's going to run in, and as he runs in, to get up in her grill, I said, "Oh wait, I put the wrong thing."
We said grill.
I said grill. As he runs in, he is going to cast a blood curse on her as he's going in. He is going to do blood curse of the marked. Yep. and he's going to amplify it. So as he's running in, he just does like a quick nick on his shoulder for the blood curse. So he's going to need to take a bit of damage. Hopefully I roll low.
Joe DiMaggio.
Exactly. So I take 3 necrotic damage. That's fine. And basically amplifying it means he gets advantage on his next attack. And he is going to strike her with the Ruin Blade, hopefully. Let's do that with advantage. I was so hoping for a nat 20, but 25 to hit.
Them all.
Yeah, you
25
did.
to definitely hit. You slice through the smoke and steam billowing from her armor, and you feel the Ruin Blade bite into the armor, slashing at her ankle.
Yes, and it's going to bite even more because I'm going to cast Blight with it. As it cuts into her and does the initial damage. So a couple of things. One, I charge, so I get an extra bit of damage on that. So let me work this out. So for charging, I get too many things. Go away. So it's 16 slashing damage plus 1 sec. Plus another 6, so 22 slashing damage total. And then because of Blood Curse of the Marked, I can do an additional Crimson Right damage. It's only 9. So 22 slashing damage, 9 cold damage. And then the spell, which is Blight.
That cold damage appears to kind of bloody her. You can see that she's now coughs up a bit of sort of superheated blood.
Yeah, and she's probably going to pass this, but can she make a con save, please? Against the Blight. It'd be a 15 to save.
21.
Yeah, cool. I figured. But she'll take half of this. No, it's not that much. Half of 33 necrotic damage.
So that's 17?
16. 17? Yeah.
It's August 16. We'll round down. Nice.
That's a good amount of damage, though.
Yeah, no, that was very good. So you're a dervish of blades. I'm imagining Karu in his monstrous form, running up or climbing up things and like jumping to get some mid-air swipes as well. Before sort of backflipping, and that cold area sort of starts out cold from the burning right and then turns into sort of necrosis as it kind of eats away at part of her skin.
Cool. That was my first attack. Do I want to be that dumb? I think I want to be that dumb. How much movement did I use? No, I won't be able to do it. Okay, for my second attack, I will just swing again. No advantage or anything this time. Now I get the natural 20. Fucking hell. I wanted the natural 20 on all that dice.
Yeah.
Still good though, yay.
Still good.
Lucky you didn't have disadvantage.
True. So fucking hell.
So it's everything minus the undead stuff, right?
Yes. Plus, I get to roll another 2 Crimson Right dice, because
that's
still
kicking through. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me just do 2 of those. Oh, fucking 1, of course. So yeah, that much damage. So what's the force? Force is only 8.
So 24 plus 18 plus 1 plus 5, and then
minus
10, 8.
Yeah, minus 8.
Minus 8 is 40 damage total.
Nice, huge.
But could you imagine if I'd done it on that other one? It would be like 100 damage. It would have been like when I did it to the dragon. I was literally just trying to do it again. It's fine. I'm happy. That's that.
Yeah.
Considering how often Karu is not useful, this is great.
Yeah.
You did good, buddy. You did good.
It's the end of your turn?
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
No more movement.
Not enough. So
I think you should. If you can, if you've even got 5 feet, just step away so that we're not both within like a cone.
Yeah, that's true. I have another 15 movement, so
Just go like.
Maybe I'll go over here.
Just separate us.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll use my remaining movement to like get away from us. Good. Thank you.
Cool.
That's me done.
All right. It is the Forge Caller's turn. She kind of steps over you somewhat. Yama, you get a nice kind of look up. There's a big giant lady kind of stepping right above you. And she's going to put her hand around that amulet around her neck. And absolutely right, this is going to be a cone.
Yep.
And she hit both of you. No.
Yes.
I think she's just going to go for the Colossus and Yama.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
So I need you and the Colossus to make a DC 19 dexterity saving throw, please. I'm sure I can do it for the Colossus.
11. Yama's already bloodied, by the way. That last hit.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
he's taken so much damage.
You got to give Karu a signal. You got to give him like a hand sign or something.
No, I think what he's gonna do is like Yama's calling out for the Colossus to like leave, like not like help the battle. Like I feel like it's like kind of useless and slow. And it's that cool range beam, but like it can do that from as it walks away.
Yep.
So you and the Colossus are gonna take 24 fire damage.
Yep.
But the Colossus has resistance to fire. And you are both restrained, as what emanates out from the Forge Caller is almost like a wave of magma that comes out in a wave from her in that cone, and as it sort of rolls over you and the Colossus, it cools in the air and crystallizes around you, holding you in place. So you are restrained. Obviously, you're right under her, so you can still kind of reach her. You know, you've got an arm free or whatever. You just restrained. As an action, a creature can make a DC 19 Strength Athletics check, freeing itself or another creature within its reach from the rock. On a success, the rock restraining each creature, freeing itself or a creature on a success. The rock also has hit points if you would rather just punch it, blow it up or whatever. So rather than using a whole action, maybe you think one of your attacks could destroy it. Or maybe you ignore that and you just keep attacking. But obviously, restrained, I believe you'll have disadvantage on attacks.
Yes, it's disadvantage.
But you can't have double disadvantage if you're too hot and sweaty.
Exactly.
So that is her turn, I think.
Especially now that he's standing under this giant skirt. Super extra hot and sweaty.
Yeah. In fact, she's not feeling great because she is bloodied and her friends are coming. So she is going to step away, which will give you an opportunity attack here, Yama.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take it at disadvantage, sorry.
Yep.
Oh, pretty good. 26.
26 will definitely hit.
Nice. I will smite that. Let me do another third level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great rolls. 17 plus 27 is 40. I don't know, 44?
That's right. Yeah, I did it in 2 separate batches. So 24 and 27 damage.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So good.
Yeah, she's not looking great. She's kind of limping away a little bit there, clutching at her leg as you, even with being held in place by this super cooling magma, you're able to get a really good swipe up at the sort of soft, an exposed area of her calf.
Hells yeah.
Cool. Salamanders. I guess Belden, from within you hear like a kind of like robotic booming voice coming out, and he says, "Are we chasing? Are we fleeing? What are we doing?"
Flee!
Yeah, that.
So he's going to sort of clamber over the anvil. Can he get close? No, he can't get close enough. It is range. Oh shit, this thing has 20 feet reach.
Wow.
That long ass arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to sort of clamber over, almost like, again, Terminator 1, like his leg's not working great, but he kind of clambers over the anvil and then swings a punch out at the fleeing Forge Caller. 26 to hit.
I don't know. Does it hit, Dan?
For 32 damage.
Oh,
nice. This dude rules.
Yeah.
We need 12 of them.
And then that is his turn. She is she's cracked in sort of the back of the head by this sort of gangly arm, and you can see like she loses her balance for a moment, and even from both your positions, sort of watching her go, like she seems to potentially have suffered a concussion, and is teetering on falling over.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yama.
Time to fall over. Constitution. That's still happening.
Yeah. This
heat
room is still
metal?
superheated.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't be fallen unconscious.
No, I'm fine for unconscious. That was only 16 though. So what's the damage here? Oh, I can.
3d6.
I know the outcome of this is going to be extremely high.
You also know what damage to roll because you've never succeeded.
11.
Well, that's not bad.
Shut up, Katie.
Whereas I don't know what the damage roll is because.
All right.
Yeah, just watch me next time. I'll get like a nat 1, so it'll be like double damage or some shit.
Well, I'm still stuck in here and I can't move, so I'm going to take my first attack at the ground using my large strength, but still at
So if you want to use your whole action, you can just use your action to attempt to break out with an athletics check.
No, I think I am like trying to like hit it.
Sure.
But it's not a good hit. 15 to
15
hit the.
is not enough. The rock has an AT higher than that.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Here's swing number 2. Should have just taken my athletics. 22.
22 will hit.
Just die.
I think that Yama's actually doing, like, saying that, like, as he's hacking at the magma.
Like, Dad, I'm gonna burn a smite on,
Sure.
on the volcanic rock. Okay, just the level 1. So that's 9 plus 11, so 20 damage.
Good thing you did it because it does have 20 hit points.
Nice.
Oh my
The
God, I'm so
15
glad,
would have
okay.
kept you stuck there for sure.
Okay. Whew. Okay, beautiful. I'm out.
Yep.
And I am going
Good job.
to thank you. I'm going to do I have a potion actually? I indeed have a healing potion greater, which I will consume as I basically follow her to harass her.
I was like, can you get out of the heat or not quite?
I can. Yes.
Do you still want to be
I'm kind of ahead of her.
melee range though, so that she's threatened?
Yes. So I can go like
Yeah.
that one. All right. And I've got 16 healing from my potion. All right.
And the good
That's
news is
my
that puts
turn.
you close to the salamander. So
I was looking at that and I am 10 out of 10 worried.
Didn't help.
Cool.
Karu can save me.
Yeah, Karu can save you.
Exactly. How do you say it like that? Like I can't.
Dan
just-
likes to do that shit all the time. Mind games, you know?
Mhm.
Constant mind games.
You're not allowed to fall unconscious. That's my only thing.
Yes, I have my deep healing pool at the moment, which means like I really just need to take a turn to actually use it.
Yeah.
So you, the fire giant Tomash is kind of coming a bit closer, and he raises his scepter that he has that is sort of glowing red hot, and a bolt of fire lances out from it towards you.
Not that ranged attack.
26 to hit.
I think that's
Wait,
at
was that
Yama.
me?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. 26 to hit is a 10 out of 10, yes?
21 fire damage.
Alrighty.
And normally you would have to succeed in a saving throw or become frightened, but you are immune to fear.
Immune!
He doesn't know that, so he is annoyed that you shake off the fear.
I am invincible!
And the other salamanders start running up.
Salamander.
Aru,
My turn again. Okay.
you're in that heat.
I'm in the I've got to do a con save. This is the I'm not near Yama. Fuck. Failed.
Oh, shit.
I would have succeeded if I was near you. Cool. 3d6? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Alright, yeah, cool. I'm gonna roll it over here. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Oh my god. That roll could have only gone one better. Kate, you've got to look at what I rolled. You for my damage.
Oh my god.
Got two
That's for your
ones and
damage.
2 1s and a 2. You're like, no, take more. How dare you?
Oh, that's for your self damage. Oh, that's great then.
No, that's what I mean. Like for the heat
that's
damage.
for the flame damage. God damn it.
Yeah.
Here's
Failed
me
the
rolling max
Constitution.
consistently.
I know,
God
and I'm
damn
like,
it.
2 1s and a 2. I am going to do another charge attack at the big lady. So, fucking nyong.
Fucking
I will strike. True, hopefully. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, that'll be enough. 22 damage. 22 to hit.
22 will hit. I'll tell you now, any damage will knock her over. I don't think you can do less than 5 damage.
Nah, because there was also the charge and the extra cold damage.
So how do you want to do this?
Nice.
I actually think what happens is Karu knocks her off her feet, and as he knocks her over, he kind of like does like a front flip, and then just slams the blade like maybe through that crystal just for narrative spectacle.
No, I want to loot the crystal.
Okay, next to the crystal, and the crystal pops out of the shield and tinkles along the ground to land in front of Yama, and the blade just like slices straight through the crack into her heart.
Yeah, nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so she falls over. There's sort of a crunch as she falls over. The crunch of the armor. She's got some sort of bag on her hip kind of thing that she half lands on. You can hear the crack and crunch of whatever was in there. Possibly her favorite ceramic mug. And she slides over dead, half leaning on half on the floor, like half kind of leaning awkwardly on one of the walls of the StarForge.
Nice.
Cool. And he like stands up, on top of her corpse, and like stands up, and he looks at Tom Ash and the salamanders. He like points his sword, still slick with her blood. And he's just like, all of you stand down. This fight, you've already lost. And then he's got to look at Yama and he's like, we can leave if we want. Just let me know.
Can I aid in some intimidation as Yama's just shrugged this like fear off, and also like hoist his blade with like a war cry of like, yo.
Yeah. I do kind of want to intimidate them to maybe hesitate in their advance. Ooh, yeah. I forgot what these guys look like.
They're freaking cool. Their faces are like super intense.
Yeah.
Chiseled,
Hot.
Absolutely. Why don't you give me that intimidation check with advantage?
Go, Karu, go. Go, Karu, go. Go, Karu, go.
None.
Because you have just killed a fire giant.
And 19.
Let us see if the salamanders accept that. That one definitely does.
Sick.
That one does, barely.
Oof.
Ooh.
That one. So the salamanders kind of stop in place. All of them. Not excited to come any closer. The Tomash, though, he's a bit of a different beast. He is also momentarily sort of at pause here. Especially, you're standing over the body probably like, even on its side comes up to like your full height almost, right? The fire giant. But he's definitely also noticing the looming colossus behind you. And you've just killed his boss. So I think he is, and the salamanders are like frozen in place. They're not going to let you like run over there and start attacking them, as an example, right? You can't just pick their pockets. But you're in this kind of like awkward standoff where if you don't approach them, they won't approach you kind of thing. And they're waiting to see how this plays out. Yeah.
Eyeing each other.
So for that, I guess I can kind of pull us out of initiative if you want to narratively, if you're not trying to restart the fight with anything tricky. You have, I guess, a few moments to kind of take stock and work out what you want to do here.
Yeah, Yama is definitely focused on the crystal and looting the corpse. But he also, if we have time, wants to whip out his giant nail clippers and trim the giant's fingernails. He's giving her a manicure. It
oh my god,
like sociopath behavior. Like
specifically, I think probably pedicure, right? Because is it giant toenail or is it fingernail?
That's so interesting. Let me get back to you on that.
toenails from memory.
I'll accept that she had gloves on and had like sandals on, under her kind of leather apron as well. And you saw those toesy woesies when she stepped over you.
Toesy woesies.
It actually says fingernail in the potions. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm so sorry for your
sorry, Maddie.
people. Like this can be Maddie coded, and maybe in this campaign and D&D universe, it's toes. Fine.
Yes. Okay. So you probably have some time to get a few of those. Why don't you give me a Why don't you give me
a D10?
A D10 is good of like how many you get, right? From
how many fingernails?
I think that's fair.
I definitely want to say I'm going for the trinkets first.
Okay.
And then fingernail, toenails.
If that's the case, I'll probably get you to like roll the finger check with disadvantage. So roll it twice.
Okay, let me roll again because I got a 9.
You got 9. Holy shit!
Yeah. Let's see.
I think Karu is running interference on this.
7.
Because this is weird behavior. So I think Karu is making a point of like being in the way.
Yes.
So that they can't see that Yama is clipping her fucking fingernails. So Karu's just like, like
yeah. And while you're doing that, like the Colossus is slowly making its way up behind you and eventually can kind of like help you run interference to a certain extent. But you can hear like Felden in there like breathing heavily. Like it's obviously very hot in there. He's not like in the best position, etc. But yes, so you get 7 fingernails, Yama.
I'm putting down toenails.
7 fire giant toenails for use in making potions later. And you wanted to rummage, is that right?
Rummage.
Do you want to give me a perception check? Again, with disadvantage, I think, because you're kind of splitting your attention. You've split your attention here.
Here it comes. Disadvantage all day. It's a 16.
So you're rummaging.
My perception's pretty good.
In her pack, is that right? To kind of see what she has in this kind of leather bag.
I want the crystal that was around her neck that she was like holding. Mm-hmm. I thought it was around a necklace, but maybe I misunderstood.
In the armor, I think.
No, it was a necklace. Or what was it specifically? A medallion.
Yeah, so I'll try to slip that over her head as quickly as I can.
Yep.
And then using his strength, you mentioned she kind of slumped onto her baggie, but if he can like kind of
I think because you got the potion of fire giant strength. You this medallion, I guess to you though, is like the size of a car wheel or like a cart wheel, right? So you've kind of like got that over one shoulder. You're kind of like rummage, or you put it to the side for now to like rummage. With a 16, let me look at what we've got here.
Robbery.
So you feel a couple of things in there. There's you do feel the shards of, and you kind of pull them out. There was a 3 foot tall, so about half your height. A little bit less than half your height. So it was once a ceramic mug decorated with gold paint, has been shattered. But you also find fragments. Maybe this was like in the thing, but it's broken now. Fragments of a fire opal that you reckon is probably worth about 60 gold.
Amazing.
And then a bunch of coins, which to her would have been almost like grains of metal, right? But to you, they're like they're
little
normal
rice or something.
Yeah, grains of rice. But to you, they're normal coins. There is 270 silver, And you're able to just
Okay.
I think just scoop all this out, and you can count it later, but I'll just tell you what it is now. 270 silver, 60 electrum,
Yep.
90 gold,
Yep.
and 14 platinum.
Yep. Beautiful. We're rich.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
This medallion you take with you, you're pretty confident that you can't wear it around your neck because you're not Flavor Flav.
Yep.
With a giant clock.
Yeah.
But it is certainly appropriately sized that maybe someone could help you attach it to the ship.
Yeah, I'm thinking for the ship. That'd be dope.
And I guess you're, as you're taking this medallion, you're kind of hidden from the other. Karu's getting their attention, but there's still smoke billowing out from the armor, and that continues to happen for a little while until you take the medallion out. But the smoke still hangs in the air, but the smoke stops billowing out once you cut the medallion free.
Okay. Yeah, let's yeet.
Are we just
Can
gonna
we
walk out with the Colossus? Is that what we're gonna do?
on his shoulder or something because he's resistant to the acid and the fire, maybe?
I mean, we can dimension door, but do we just want to hitch a ride? We
Yeah,
can't.
just to make sure that he gets out.
We shouldn't stay on its shoulder when it crosses the river, the sulfur lake, because we'll die from.
Oh, that's right. The fumes. I took the damage.
Yeah, no, we can yeet across, but I don't know. Theldon, is the Colossus hot to touch or anything like that?
It's warm, but probably not crazy hot, especially as he moves away from that kind of hotspot area. Yeah,
I think maybe while sort of running interference, I do think Kara at some point maybe climbs up the side of the Colossus to get close to where Theldon is.
Yep.
And just kind of does a little tap and just how are you doing?
He's wedged himself in. You can see he's not powering it by puppeteering it. He's almost having to play drums with his hammer to activate little things and move things around. So it's a bit slow going as well, and loud and yeah, certainly warm in a hot and sweaty sense, but not in a burn you kind of sense.
Okay. All right. Are you good to get this thing out of here?
Yeah, we going? Are we?
Yeah. It's just when we start to cross the water, me and my friend will probably have to separate from you for a sec. Because we won't last if you're carrying us because of the fumes.
I think it's at that moment the things we're coming up to 9 o'clock, so we'll kind of end it here, and I think this is a nice way to kind of wrap it up. The La Floridita is seen on the horizon. Flying with its sort of magic crow ability that Sorn delivered. And you can see sort of the shadow of it come across, and you can see just on the edge of it, it's sort of up above that kind of steam, and hanging over or looking over the edges, you can make out the silhouettes of some of your crew. It almost seems to be pushing kind of storm clouds behind it as it goes, suspended by arcane winds, its sails flaring, its hull kind of creaking, even though it's in the air. You can see the barnacles kind of underneath it. The crew, Ratty, Reynaud, Fiera leaning over the rail, whooping and shouting, and the anchor drops down to the forge where you are, and Theldon is are they with you?
Oh yeah.
And so
he
wraps the arm around from the Colossus around the chain and steps onto the anchor. And Karu, you're already kind of on his shoulder. Yama, you're able to reach out and grab the other side of the anchor and settle yourself in, and you are whisked away with a splash of sparks as the anchor kind of scrapes against the forge for a moment, and then pulls you up into the skies. your next chapter has arrived.
Hell yeah.
That is freaking awesome.
So tempted to yell out something about how we actually killed the king and queen, but I won't.
Up to you, Discaru.
Yama's like, you have a tiny dick.
Fuck
No,
you,
Kara doesn't say
Tomash.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
mate, I think that might be
extort
all.
this bitch.
Yeah, it's just fuck you, Tomash. Tomash, you suck.
And then everyone in
Holly
everyone
is
in the
like, what are
audience
all
just
these
sees that
words?
Tomash will remember this in the corner.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Tomash has gained a promotion.
You're right. Now he's the leader of the Forge, not just the salamander trainer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was cool. That was awesome. That's I think
That
where
was
we'll
cool.
end it for this week. And continue with the defense. The defense preparation next week. Congratulations
the
for
war.
solving my StarForge puzzle.
Thank you for the very
Amazing.
big hint to not destroy it, but to actually take it with us.
I will say we'll add 2 victory points into the mix because you now have a massive siege engine helping you in this fight to come.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hopefully next week we'll come back. We'll have a Paulie or possibly even a whatever's after a Killian. Apart from that, I guess we'll say goodbye. Good night. Bye-bye.
Me.
Bye.
Fuck you, Tomash.
Fuck you, Tomash. What a
Amazing.
douche.